Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Kombumerri people.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello, faithful Squiz Kids listeners, and welcome to the Kids vs. Adults Weekly News Squiz. Your chance to see who's had their listening ears on and been paying the most attention to the week that just was. I'm Bryce Corbett. All week in the Squiz Kids Today podcast, we've been bringing you the big news stories of the day, run through our kid-friendly filter to make sure you know all you need to know about the world around you. Now, it's time to test how much of the week's news you've retained, and in the process, see who's smarter, kids or adults. Plus, of course, because it's a Friday, we've got all today's birthday shout-outs and all the shout-outs for the weekend coming, including the birthday reggae tune, because it wouldn't be a Friday without it. So, here's how the quiz works. 5 questions for kids about the weekend news, then 5 questions for adults. Whoever answers the most correct questions wins. Simples. You ready? Let's do this. Alright kids, here are your 5 questions. Question number 1. The results of which test were published this week? And I'll give you a hint. You probably took the test earlier this year if you're in grades 3, 5, 7 or 9. Yes, of course, I'm talking about NAPLAN. Question number 2. We heard in the podcast this week about a group of Pakistani school children who had to be rescued when which unusual form of transport broke down on their way to school, leaving them hanging? Was it A, a submarine, B, a dog sled, or C, a cable car? That's right, it was C, a cable car. Question number 3. We also heard in the pod this week how a huge search will get underway this weekend in the Scottish Highlands for which maybe mythical underwater creature? Yeah, I'm talking about Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster. Who else? Question number 4. It's almost spring, and that means the skies above our heads will be full of swooping birds. Which bird should you be extra careful of when walking or riding your bike outdoors over the next couple of months? Yeah, well done if you said magpies. Question number 5. What special week have we all been celebrating this week? And I'll give you a hint. You might have dressed up and paraded around the school oval for it. Yeah, that's right, it's Book Week. How did you go, kids? How many did you get right out of 5? Do you reckon that's enough to beat the adults? Yeah, I reckon so too. Okay, adults, now it's your turn. Fire up the grey matter. Here we go. Question number 1. Think right back to the beginning of the week when the FIFA Women's World Cup final was held. Which nation won and what was the score? Yeah, that's right, it was Spain and the score was 1-0. Question number 2. Which 2 countries have been racing for the moon this week, with one crashing out and the other landing successfully at the South Pole? Yeah, that's right, the 2 countries are Russia and India. Question number 3. What did Matt Drysdale shovel 500 kilos of in 38 seconds at a regional Queensland festival this week? Yeah, well done if you said coal. Question number 4. Which 2 natural phenomena caused chaos in California and Canada earlier in the week? Yeah, that's right. It was a hurricane in the shape of Hurricane Hillary and wildfires in Canada. Question number 5. Australian athlete Nina Kennedy shared her gold medal with US rival Katie Moon at the World Athletics Championships in Budapest this week. Which track and field event are the 2 women champions in? Yeah, well done if you said pole vault. How did you go, adults? How many did you get right? Did you beat the kids? Who won bragging rights this week? If you've missed any of these cool news stories throughout the week and you want to refresh your memory, all of this week's Squiz Kids episodes are available for a re-listen wherever you get your podcasts. Well, that's the end of the quiz, which means it's time for...
Shout-outs.
It's Friday, August 25, the last Friday of the month, and that means another cool edition of the Squiz Kids Book Club is out today. Keep listening after this episode if you're listening on an app, or jump into our website to join Catch the Reading Bug and her crew of kid reviewers as they give you the lowdown on the best kids' books around. It's also a Friday, and you know what that means. Heaps of birthday shout-outs for today and the coming weekend, for which I reckon we need to crack out the old birthday reggae tune. Hit it! Happy birthday today to Oliver from Cannon Hill, Archer from Foster, Sophie from Carlingford, Elaine from Concord, Kobe from Andrews Farm, Ashton from Glen Iris, Josh from South Kingsville, Hamish from Inverloch, Maddie from Rosanna, and Axel, who's listening all the way over there in Malaysia. And of course, celebrating birthdays over the coming weekend are Ted from Yass, Ariana and Kobe from Parabadoo, Stella and Tennyson from Ivanhoe, Oliver from Torrens, Isla from Douglas Park, Druva from The Ponds, Connor from Ballajura, Jackson from Gulgong, Romeo and Rose from Camden, Oscar from Wamberal, Billy from Curl, Willow from Darwin, Maxwell from Forest Lake, Connor from Cobbitty, Abby, Ava and Imogen from Orange, Asta from West Footscray, Vera and Isla from Minjanoo, and finally to Finn from Albury, who's just moved to Switzerland. Nice. Well, that's all we have time for. I hope you're enjoying these quizzes. Don't forget, there'll be a new one dropping first thing every Friday morning. And the best bit, they're absolutely free. Just as all our other excellent content is also free. We're talking a Squiz Kids Today news podcast on Mondays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, a Squiz Kids shortcut or a Squiz the World every Tuesday, and for all the teachers out there, there's a Classroom Companion, our teacher-produced daily classroom activity sheets. Curriculum aligned and tied to the daily podcast twice a week, now on Mondays and Wednesdays. Genius. Check it all out at squizkids.com.au or simply subscribe to Squiz Kids in your favourite podcasting app and all this groovy content will magically appear. For now though, this is Bryce Corbett signing off and reminding you all to get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.